it's just so cute. Hi, I'm Ashley.
And I'm Mark.
We're the doctor and the chef.
And today we're excited to introduce an amazing fall recipe, some veggie sliders that's going to have sweet potato as the base. They're ultra simple to create.
Yeah, so we're going to go through all the other ingredients here, and we have a nice high protein, fun little dish to have at a dinner party. And also this meal is anti-inflammatory, so for people that are wanting to do more anti-inflammatory meals and snacks, this is a really good one.
Wonderful. So here we have, these are peeled and steamed or boiled sweet potatoes until soft. And you could rotate through different types of sweet potatoes. There's lots of different varieties available now. We love the purple potatoes as well. That's our son Sage's, one of his favorite foods. So this becomes the base. We're going to add some cooked quinoa here to this, and you can replace the quinoa with rice or wild rice, other grains. And now we're going to add some black beans, which I mashed. They're cooked black beans. I mashed them a little bit. That's optional. And that'll give that extra flavor and color.
Yeah, black beans have also a lot of iron in them, and they're a great source of protein with plenty of fiber. So far this is a great base nutrition-wise, because the quinoa has a lot of protein in it as well.
We're on a roll with the protein factor here. So here's some green onion, thinly sliced green onion. You can replace that with red onion or yellow onion. Here's some minced cilantro. We're going in the Mexican direction here. And with that, I have some curry powder here. And you can optionally add some chipotle powder if you like some smoky heat. It's getting a little wild here.
Yeah, and these are all adding to the great immune benefits. So the green ingredients that we have here are contributing to the anti-inflammatory properties, and also even the herbs and spices are going to give us a little bit of a kick to increase our circulation.
Nice, and this is salt, pepper, and crushed red pepper flakes to taste. And if you want it to be less spicy, you could go light on the crushed red pepper flakes. I like a little bit of kick to the dish.
It smells really good.
Thanks. If everyone can
yeah, go a little bit closer so you can see it.
Nice. And this is going to form the base of our sliders. So you could leave it as this as the base of your slider. I have some gluten-free breadcrumbs here that we're going to add into. This will give a little bit of substance, a little more substance to the slider. And then this is optional also. This is garbanzo bean flour, and that will also give the sliders a little more substance. Garbanzo bean flour is made from chickpeas, and when you're making veggie burgers or sliders, the garbanzo flour could be your go-to ingredient to help hold it together more firmly. So it's one of the top ingredients I like to use in my sliders. And this is optional as well, just a little bit of soy sauce, tamari. It's gluten-free tamari. And again, you could leave that out. It does add the umami flavor, and it helps bring out the flavor of the other ingredients. So here's our slider base that we're going to use, and you could, if you want, you can refrigerate this for about 10 minutes or so, and that'll help make it even more firm. So we're going to just let this sit for a little bit, and then when you form your sliders, you could make them whatever size you like. So I'll do one sample one here. We're going to do little appetizer portions, so just small little patties like this. And then we could top it in the breadcrumbs here.
Yeah, and the gluten-free breadcrumbs are made with rice flour as the base. So that with the garbanzo, like I said before, those are usually pretty tolerable to people. They're anti-inflammatory, and they're just a good choice if you're not doing so much grains. Those are both good options.
So here you go. Here's our little mini sliders. And we're going to let this sit for a little bit. We'll make up some more patties, and then we'll meet you over at the stove, where we're going to give them a little saute.
This is really fun.
So now we have our little slider patties ready to go. I'm going to bring them over to the stove. You could bake them if you want to have them baked. I'm going to give them a little crisper outside by using the cast iron. I have some coconut oil here in a cast iron being heated. And now we're going to add our patties here, our little sliders. And everything's essentially cooked already. Now we're just going to be giving a little crisper coating on the outside and heating it up the inside before we serve it. So just get some of them going in here. You can make these even smaller if you want. This is a good size for how we're going to serve it. Stay tuned for that. Hear that sizzle? We're looking for just a nice golden brown topping here. And then once we get that on both sides, we'll bring it over back to our main station and create our sliders. Wonderful. Now that we have our little sliders here, the rest is really up to your creative imagination on how you want to serve it. I have some gluten-free baguettes here that I sliced and toasted, and you could put ketchup, mustard. This is a vegan mayonnaise with some chipotle powder and lemon juice, so a little chipotle mayo. You could also use a sriracha sauce as well with the mayo, and you could get creative with the type of sauce you use. We'll put our little sliders here, and then for topping, I have a little bit of, this is fake bacon. So we have some bacon. Even vegans like the flavor of bacon. I'm gonna actually do the tomato.
Tempeh, right?
This is a tempeh-based bacon. So it's vegan bacon with some onion and tomato. And this is one of our favorite cheeses, is a chow cheese. So here's our little slider. We're gonna put some of the mayo on the other side. A little pickle just for fun. And then here's our mini slider here. For our topping now, for this, we're gonna get another piece of the baguette. You could do these open-faced actually also without using the second piece of bread. And for that, you have your chow cheese, some onion, A little bit of tomato, pickle, top it with our vegan bacon, and then here's our other mini slider here. Pretty cute.
Yeah, so this is a healthier version of a slider with everything. Bacon and mayo and even a nice crusty bread. So.
Cool, and this recipe is developed specially for our friends at Natural Grocers and utilizing the sweet potatoes that are abundant in this time of year. So good way to make use of the fall bounty.
Right, and all of the fresh ingredients are organic because they're from Natural Grocers, and we know that even the dry ingredients are high quality. So everything we have here, we were able to get at Natural Grocers.
Cool, and then as far as the bread, you could use different kinds of bread. There's pretzel buns you could use if you wanted to make bigger sliders. You could even put the slider onto a mushroom cap with a toothpick. There are endless variations for your slider, so bon appetit.
Enjoy!